Hello everyone, welcome back to Fire English. It's almost the end of the year when I'm recording this episode, and when you hear it, I guess it might already be a new year. But anyways, basically we will not be talking about news today, because for most people, you're on a vacation, you're spending time with your family, with your beloved ones, so let's not talk about serious stuff.Today, I'm going to share with you some stories about Christmas, about this Western holiday, what's its meaning to me, and why I have some creepy and frightening experience of it. I'd also want to remind you that in this episode, I will only speak English. So this is going to be the first English episode for Fire English.There's no Chinese, no Spanish, no French, no Japanese, whatever. Okay, just English. I don't know how you guys feel about this holiday. Do you even consider it a holiday here in Taiwan? I mean, a holiday basically means a day off, right? But Christmas is not a day off here in Taiwan. Well, it used to be like maybe decades ago, okay? It was a holiday decades ago.But that's because the government wanted to celebrate the so-called Constitution Day. And now it's no longer a day off. So December is literally like the worst time of the year. You gotta finish all the job before the end of the year. Take a salesperson, for example. If you're a salesperson, you're struggling to achieve that sales goal that's way too high for you. If you're an English teacher, you don't have to do anything before the end of the year if you're an English teacher. But my point is that everyone seems to be wrapping up their own stuff before the end of the year. So who has time for the holiday? I mean, at least in Taiwan, we're like this. Nobody has time for this holiday.Now, I know that there are still many people in different spots like department stores, restaurants, like in front of the city hall to watch live concerts, aka New Taipei City Christmas Land, the nightmare of Banqiao. But that's because this year Christmas happened to fall on Sunday, right? So people were kind of motivated to hang out with friends.To go anywhere in town. And at least here in Taipei it's like this. And also on a Saturday night, a random Saturday night, the streets are usually super crowded. The MRT station super crowded. The department store super crowded. You see people wearing like super hot,swarming the restaurants and nightclubs like crazy, and then the next second you would discover a guy throwing up next to you. But when it's Sunday, a regular Sunday, a random Sunday, few people are wandering on the street like Saturday nights. The atmospheres on the streets literally tells you that, come on man, tomorrow is Monday, you gotta work, go home earlier.You know, the whole city is reminding you that Sunday should literally be a semi-holiday. Like Sunday night is not a holiday night, okay? So with Christmas, it's a different story. Like this Christmas, I saw many people at the MRT stations at like 10 or 11. They're still wandering around outside. Can you imagine that? Usually,A Sunday night should be like this. You are following your phones in bed or listening to your children whining about not wanting to go to school. That's a Sunday night. So what I want to say is that here in Taiwan, at least this year, I did see a lot of people celebrating this holiday because it happened to be on Sunday. That's a special case. Now, let's talk about my personal stories.Christmas is never my favorite holiday. That is probably a little bit contradictory because I went to a Catholic school. Christmas is like the most important and the most sacred holiday in the Catholic school. Not to mention that we students had the privilege to take a day off. And now they still do. Now the students, they still can take a day off on Christmas. And that is definitely a privilege because, like I said, people don't usually have a day off on Christmas in Taiwan. But despite the privilege, I still won't consider it as the best holiday of the year. Starting from late November or the beginning of December, well, I forgot. But the point is that a huge, giant Christmas tree would be built on the campus, indicating the coming of the holiday. That also meant that the school, clubs, and many other centers on the campus would hold different kinds of events to celebrate the Christmas, the holiday. That sounds great, right? And among all the activities, the most popular one, or I should say the most visible one, was the hanging of Christmas stockings. Okay, thousands of stockings were hung in the hallways and the corridors. So literally visible, right? Every department, every classes got their own style of stockings, red, green, silver, gold, whatever, even with some glitters on it, okay, some fancy styles. And some people even developed the so-called Christmas bags, like literally their bags, okay, not a sock, not a stocking, okay. Why? Because it's bigger, it's bigger and it accommodates more gifts inside. So the purpose of setting up these stocking on campus is for your classmates, your friends, and even friends from outside the school to send you some gifts or candy, okay? That sounds super great, right? Okay, but at the end, it kind of turned out to be a competition of the most popular student of the year. So it's like, ladies and gentlemen, the one walking home with the biggest and fullest Christmas stocking would be the winner of this year. He or she would be recognized the most sociable guy or the prettiest girl on campus. Those with empty or little candy in the stockings, you were officially an outsider declared by the great force of Santa Claus. Okay, so alright, stupid. I didn't really like this activity of giving away candy and cookie to others. It made the holiday shallow, and the vanity just wouldn't go away. And if you get a lot of candy, you know you're the popular one, like a prom king or queen. If you get little candy, it's just another proof that you're a loner. And I was obviously not among the popular guys, but I did get quite a few gifts from others since I actually had 2 stockings hanging on the campus. And why was that? One was from my department, just like other people did, but I had the other one from the center where I worked part-time, okay? This could be good and bad at the same time because, well, the good side of it was that I got candy from both 2 places, right? And the bad side, however, was that I got an unprecedented gift from a male friend. Well, it's not even a friend. I would rather call him an acquaintance, okay? I met him at the workplace and we talked for no more than 3 times before he sent me the gift. And what was that gift exactly and how did I discover it? Why did I previously describe it as the creepiest gift that I've ever gotten? Now let me tell you, okay? So there's one morning I went into the center and saw the wall where all the Christmas stockings were hung. And then I noticed that there's one stocking that smelled like a pufferfish. I'm not exaggerating, it was like a pufferfish, okay? As if someone had put a balloon or something big inside. And yes, that stocking belonged to me. And before I reached to the stocking to unfold the mystery, to save that poor but creepy pufferfish, I heard giggles from the staff. Okay, I heard giggles from someone. They were like, see, you got a secret admirer. You're the popular guy now. And honestly, I was a little bit flattered at first because I thought it was from the girl. So I poured all the stuff out on the table to see what I got. There were apparently more than one thing, okay? First of all, a gigantic lollipop, a huge chupa chups. You know, the one they sell in Costco, right? That colors your tongue. So I was like, okay, it's not bad. You know, I love the brand and it gratified my vanity, okay, because it's big and it's a good brand. I could share all the lollipops with my friends. But then I noticed that there's more, which was also the one that frightened me. It was, or I should say, there were quite a few tiny handmade Christmas stockings, one inside another, just like Russian dolls. Now think about the creepy face of a typical Russian doll. Oh my god. They were literally the Christmas stocking version of Russian dolls. And they're handmade, okay? And then I opened up the most inner one, the most inner stocking. And then this little doll made of wool felt dropped onto the table with its plastic little eyes staring at me. Goddamn shit. I was freaked out, okay? I was freaked out. I mean, I didn't expect to see a doll inside, and that doll was obviously handmade with a creepy face. Very much like a voodoo doll you use to curse someone. Then so I wonder who sent me this awful stuff. I looked inside the stocking. Turned out that there's actually a card. Okay, I didn't know that's good news or bad news, okay? But anyways, there's a card. It was actually a boring card, okay? Fortunately, it's boring. Because I was afraid that someone's gonna confess his love to me. It read, Dear blah blah blah, I am blah blah blah. I just want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Okay, and that's it. Super boring, okay? So turned out that this guy, yes, is a guy. This guy was the guy who frequented the center where I worked part-time. We had a few chats prior to that, but I didn't expect him to give me such a big lollipop and those handmade stockings and the voodoo doll. So I was like, what the hell? Okay, I understood that it was Christmas. Okay, you had the right, you had the freedom to give whatever you want. Not whatever you want. You had the right to send gift to whoever you want. Okay, it's okay to give present to friends, but like I said, we're not really friends. We're just acquaintances. Okay, and I hate to say this, but I couldn't stop wondering whether this guy was gay or whether he was interested in me. So, well, no offense to gay friends, but I just think that's too much, okay? The gift, the doll, the giant lollipop. I just couldn't forget that I was being mocked by people around me because I had received that crazy gift. So, like, after I got the gift, yes, I was being mocked by people for a couple of days, alright? But what's more weird was that after that event, I've never seen him on campus again. It's like he just evaporated after that. I didn't know whether to be happy or not. So once again, no offense to the gay friends, okay? I've also have some gay friends, but the point is that you don't have to send someone with a handmade wool felt doll that has a creepy face, okay, with two little plastic eyes staring at you. There's just no point to do that, okay? And you might wonder what I did with the creepy doll. So eventually I I asked my sister whether she wanted to keep that doll or not, but she said no, okay? Of course, she would say no. And then I kind of forgot, but I think my sister might have thrown it in the trash can, or we might have thrown it together away, okay, somewhere. It's now somewhere in the great nature, okay? And so that's probably my most unforgettable story about Christmas. Alright, I kind of learned a lesson through this experience, okay? That don't ever do too much to a person unless you want to scare him or her off. That is really, really important. So that's all about this year. I hope you like this kind of story, and I hope you like this kind of episode in English. Okay, we will be talking about news next year, and we will be speaking both English and Chinese again next year in the next episode. So thank you for your support and Happy New Year. I'm Leon. See you next time. Goodbye.